Hello everyone, I'm so glad you joined me today for my first official conspiracy and makeup tutorial. When I was thinking about what can I do for my very first video, what topic sounds good, I thought I have to go with the Mandela Effect. Have you guys heard about it? The first time I ever heard about it, it blew my mind. So let's get started. Welcome to A Beautiful Conspiracy, where I bring makeup and conspiracy theories together. I'm not here to convince anyone that these are true. I'm just presenting what I read and watched, and we can chat about it in the comments below. So, are you ready to go down the rabbit hole? The first time I heard about the Mandela Effect, I was scrolling through social media, and I love to read the comments. I don't know why I think the comments are the best part in social media. There's a lot of information down there sometimes that other people have read and share. So I was seeing a comment about the Mandela Effect, and I never heard about the Mandela Effect before. So of course, my curiosity got the best of me, and I went to the web to search. And I could not believe my mind. So with anyone not familiar with the Mandela Effect, it is a series of events that are remembered differently. The main one being Nelson Mandela. A lot of people believe that Nelson Mandela passed away in the 1980s instead of 2013. Some other examples of the Mandela Effect are as the Monopoly logo, Mr. Pennybags, used to have a monocle on his eye. It's no longer there. The famous phrase from Star Wars, "Luke, I am your father." No more. But it's very interesting. I remember watching Modern Family a long time ago, where they have the dad and his son Luke, and he says, now why would he do that if it wasn't that way all along? Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. Not anymore. I don't know what it's like. I guess it's life is a box of chocolates. Is that what the new phrase is? I'm not sure. I can't even keep up anymore. By the way, I'm going to have everything listed below that I'm using. Then we have JFK. He was before my time, but I remember plenty of videos growing up watching JFK and Jackie O in the back of that vehicle, and it was just those two. Now it's the governor of Texas and his wife in the back seat. JFK is a very interesting subject all to its own, and I will probably be doing a dedicated video to it eventually. But an interesting fact, the vehicle that JFK was riding in is in the museum, the Henry Ford Museum, and it only has 2 seats in the back. Supposedly, the museum wasn't big enough for the thing, but I don't know. I just find it kind of suspicious. That's my conspiracy mind working. Always wondering. And for the one that really stings the most, there's Oscar Mayer. Oscar Mayer is no longer spelled M-A-Y-E-R. It's M-E-Y-E-R. But I'm going to have to disagree, because growing up, I can remember Oscar Mayer, the commercial playing every day. You've seen that cute little kid on the edge of the bank, fishing, eating a bologna sandwich, because obviously you can't catch anything. And then he starts singing. My bologna has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My bologna has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. I love to eat it every day, and if you ask, that's why I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A. Can I make this up? I can't make this up. I know what it was. I sang it every day. Now they're telling me it's wrong. So when I started researching the Mandela Effect, I came across a woman by the name Fiona Broome. It seems her and a bunch of colleagues were at DragonCon, and they were backstage having conversations when someone brought up that a lot of people believe that Nelson Mandela passed away in the 1980s. And she could not believe how many back there thought the same thing. So while they were talking, instead of saying Nelson Mandela passing away in the 80s, somebody coined the term the Mandela Effect. Because she couldn't believe there were so many on there that believed the same thing, she actually started a website, fionabroom.com. I'll link it below. Probably help if I use my foundation brush instead of my bronzer brush. But anyways, on her website, she talks more about the Mandela Effect and examples that other people have given to her. There was one couple, they were big fans of the Star Trek Enterprise, and they were watching an episode where the character, I apologize in advance, Chukotay? Anyway, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Star Trek fans. But the couple were watching an episode where he died in the episode. And then all of a sudden, a few episodes later, he reappears with no explanation of what had happened, how he came back, nothing. So the man was so confused, he asked his wife, who watches the episodes with him, didn't he pass away in a previous episode? And she said, yeah, he passed away. So while they were there at DragonCon, they had a chance to talk to the actor who played him, Richard Beltran. And Richard Beltran had no idea about anything about this happening. Doesn't remember him passing away in any episode, doesn't even remember a script being written, he doesn't remember bloopers, nothing. I mean, it's so interesting. Why do some people remember a certain way and some people don't? All right, I'm gonna go do my brows real quick and I'll be right back. In my research from years ago, when I was first reading about the Mandela Effect, I came across a boy genius by the name of Max Laughlin. It's a video I'm going to link below, and I highly suggest watching it. It's incredible. He was probably about 13 years old at the time, and him and who I'm assuming is his dad were having a conversation talking about the universe, infinity, and the Mandela Effect. When the dad asks if Max believes the Mandela Effect is real, he says, absolutely. Then they start talking about CERN and the parcel accelerator, which I will go into in a few minutes. And he believes that a single parcel shifted, which threw us into an alternate universe. When he asks Max, why did everything change? Max tells him they didn't change. We did. What? I have so many who, whys, and whats going through my head right now. I mean, this is what? So hearing them talk about CERN and the parcel accelerator reminded me of, oh my gosh, it probably was in the early, like 2011, 2013 time. I remember hearing on the media that CERN was creating a black hole. Now to me, this did not sound like a good idea, but they don't really ask us, do they? So when I went onto CERN's website to start researching it, it seems that the parcel accelerator was first turned on in 2008. This would be a year prior to Fiona Broome and all the people at DragonCon coining the phrase Mandela Effect. So the parcel accelerator is located in Switzerland, 574 feet below the Earth, just across from the France and Switzerland border. So what do you guys think? Do you think that CERN could have turned on the black hole and shifted something and we got thrown into an alternate universe? I mean, It sounds so funny when you say it, but I mean, I don't know. What are they doing out there? Like, what is CERN doing? I think that's going to need to be a video all into itself at one point also. I mean, if I can even find anything, I'm sure they're keep everything low-key. Another thing that Max and his dad were talking about in the video was how people have changed physically. Which this reminded me of when we were in school, when we were young, and we would say the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, some people would just put their hand in the middle of their chest, and the teacher would always correct us and say, oh no, your heart is on the left side of your body. You need to put your hand over the left side of your heart. So now, guess where your heart is located? In the center. And actually, when I was researching trying to find some pictures in that to post up here, I'm going to post one now of all of the anatomy that has changed from the Mandela Effect. And then can we just take a little pause for this beauty right here? Oh my gosh, look at that. So pretty. So when I was on YouTube many years ago, I ran across this woman, and I don't know, I lost her channel somewhere along the way. I think it was called like, it had Matrix in the title, like Bending the Matrix or Changing the Matrix, something like that. If you by chance have ran across her, link her channel below for me so I can see how she's doing, and I'm just wondering thing. But she would talk a lot about how the sun was different and how it seemed closer in the sky, and it wasn't quite as like a perfect circle as she remembers as a child. And this was years before I had even heard about the Mandela Effect. And I just wonder if maybe, you know, everything could be just a little different. I mean, we just never know. All right, guys, I'm going to go throw some mascara on, and I'll be right back. All right, got mascara on. Now it's time to finish things up, and with my makeup and with my thoughts and theories, if I have any on this. So my first thought is how crazy it is that, I mean, I have a child that was born in 2011, and the stuff that I remember is not going to be true for him. Like when I'm old, telling my grandchildren about all this, how Fruit Loops was spelled differently and how just things were so different. He's just going to be like telling them, oh, it's just some old conspiracy theory. Lady, I don't know what to tell you. So for them, this whole new world is true. For me, it's not. This is a conspiracy theory that my mind just has a hard time grasping because, I mean, I remember being little and singing along with the Oscar Mayer Baloney song. Or seeing JFK and Jackie in the back of a car. And I definitely remember watching Forrest Gump. And for the next 6 months or so, my family walking around and us saying, life is like a box of chocolates. And I mean, we have a cookbook. I mean, what does it say? Was this a misprint? Like, did they misprint on a cookbook? Like, how many millions of copies? I mean, Forrest Gump was popular. You know, there was a lot of copies. But yet, they misprinted on all of those copies. I find that difficult to believe. All I'm saying is that I don't know what happened between then and now, but something did. We probably won't ever know, probably won't ever understand, but something definitely happened. Okay guys, I'm gonna put some lip liner and lipstick on. I'll be right back. So those are my thoughts on the subject, but I would love to hear your thoughts. That is my favorite part. I want to hear what you guys think, what your theories are. I mean, if you have them, leave them below. We're going to have a nice conversation about the Mandela effect. I mean, maybe there's stuff that I missed. Is there stuff that you know about that I don't know about? Please comment below so we can chat about it. If you guys like this video or found it interesting at all, please give it a like. And if you want to check out what I'm going to be having up next, please subscribe. Until then, you guys have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.